the Monday Night Football showdown between the New York Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right here.
Before we get into this action, just want to remind you to get subscribed over on the YouTube channel if you're not already, and give this and other videos a like on your way in. The Kansas City Chiefs are in a 52-point over-under against the Giants here. They are 10-point favorites at home, but we're going to start with the Giants side of the ball, and we're going to start with their leader, their own Patrick Mahomes, Danny Dimes, who is actually in a great spot here, but can we trust him, Austin?
More draft pedigree for Daniel Jones than Patrick Mahomes.
That's true.
Right?
That is true.
Right, yeah, exactly. Let's take that to the bank.
That sounds hideous.
Kansas City is letting up the second most points to fantasy quarterbacks, and Jones is coming off a decent-ish game in his own relative capacity.
He caught that trick play pass. He looked good.
Yeah.
Right? Dude, Daniel Jones pulls out some weird stuff, whether it's like these trick
very
play
weirdly
passes,
athletic.
or the run, the infamous run where he flew so high he went parallel, and you could like literally screenshot his shadow underneath. There was so much distance between him and the ground, and that shadow was so big. I think we all want Daniel Jones to be something. He's like this weird NFL kind of fan favorite there, as you put it, Travis, with his like weird athletic ability, and he's always going for it in these like fun fashions. We want him to be something. It's a cool storyline. I know the Giants certainly do. And he's gonna have some games, already 2 this season of over 30 points. But he's got a lot of banged up weapons, Travis, and has only thrown for multiple touchdowns 1 time this season. He also has 3 games this season with 0 touchdown passes this year. His floor is subterranean. It's a great matchup, but Jones is far from a must start for me.
Yeah, and it has to do with a lot of his weapons being out, and a lot of them are in the passing game right now. So we look at what we know will probably be in the lineup. Darius Slayton, Dante Pettis, and Evan Engram. Yes, Johnny's boy Dante Pettis still relevant, unlike his other boy Rashad Penny now. Yeah, we've sailed off. But let's talk about Pettis here. 11 targets 2 weeks ago. Then he got 5 last week, but he caught all 5 of them for 39 and a touchdown. He seems to be like the compiler in this new look hodgepodge offense they have. So he's like a 60% Sterling Shepard, I'd say. So he's not going to get as much of the targets and not be as effective, but that's kind of the role he plays. Now, Slayton, more of their bigger play threat. I don't want to say he's a big play threat. Only 12.6 yards per reception, but did get 9 targets. Caught 5 of them for 63 yards in relief last week. He has previously established chemistry with Danny Dimes. We know that. Like, he's been a deep threat before in this offense for Danny Dimes, so there's some hope there. I think when we look at the wide receivers, especially Shepard's return to practice, but I don't know if I trust him. He returned to practice last week too and didn't play. So I'm just not trusting this, especially being Monday night. I do like Slayton, though. The Chiefs are allowing 23.7 points per game to wide receivers, but they've been gashed via tight end more than anything. Still, in negative game script with the high over-under, I'm liking Slayton as a fine spot start flex play this week where New York is going to have to throw. But who I like even more than Slayton is Evan Engram as a streamer this week. 6 or more targets in 3 of 5 games played this year. He's posted 44 or more yards in 2 of his last 3 weeks, and he's got a season-high 6 balls last week in the lineup with all the injuries. Kansas City is a fantasy football tight end's dream right now. They allow the 3rd most points per game and the most yards per contest to the tight end position. So I really do think this is a big spot for the athletic tight end here, and one of the few ways they'll be able to move the ball on Monday night. But the other way that we like is with Devontae Booker, who's played instead of Saquon Barkley, Johnny. And so do we like him locked in here because we know how bad the run defense projects on paper for Kansas City?
He's seeing 16 plus touches in back-to-back games, filling in for Saquon, and then he even saw more than 16 touches, or around 16 touches when Saquon went out. 88%, 72%, and 82% snap share since the injury. You like the usage, you like the snap share. So for me, Booker does become a flex play, especially in this, nice, favorable matchup with Kansas City on Monday night. Kansas City allowing the 11th most fantasy points, or giving up the 11th most fantasy points to opposing running backs so far this season. And I think that that's going to continue on Monday night. So yes, I think you can do a whole lot worse than throwing Booker in your lineup.
I want to go to the other side of the game, which actually includes another running back who is in for the injured starter, and that is Daryl Williams. But he had a letdown last week, Austin. I want to know if he's firmly in our lineups again this week.
He is for me. DW is the starting running back with CEH out. We just need to adjust our expectations a little bit for who the Kansas City Chiefs are right now. Now, they are a better offense than I think they're getting credit for. It's kind of in vogue right now to start slamming the Kansas City Chiefs. And we had Patrick Mahomes get injured, and he is, as we've talked about, while he's still a top 3 quarterbacking option, I think that's true after last week still. I mean, maybe it actually isn't. Before the week, I think he was tied for the number 1 after then exiting the game following that big hit. But he is still a great quarterback in that sense. And this offense, like I said, is a little bit better than I think we're actually giving it credit for. Top 8 in points, top 2 in yards, but they do have a bad defense. And they are losing games. And this is what doesn't help Daryl Williams' game flow. He's going to need that game flow. And here, going up against a banged up and regardless of health New York Giants football team, I think Daryl Williams is actually in a really good spot. The game flow should work in his favor. He's going to get that opportunity. That's all you really, really need for him. We saw it before, 20 carries, 60-something yards, multiple touchdowns. He's fully capable of something like that. I expect to see that actually for Daryl Williams this game.
I would tend to agree with you. And I think you look at the Giants, they're not even top half in any defensive category per Pro Football Focus. So, Johnny, when we look at the big 3 for the Chiefs, Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, they need to get right. Do they do it here on Monday night?
I think Tyreek does. I think Kelce is going to have a solid day. I don't know that he has a particular mega bounce day like we'd like, but I do think Tyreek has one of those mega bounce days this week on Monday Night Football to close you out.
To close us out. So make sure if you want to watch that game with us, because we'll be doing the live reaction, you subscribe to the YouTube channel and get it over there. That puts a bow on this game.
Right here.
Congratulations on making it to the end of the video. If you still have a lot to say about fantasy football, maybe you want to give Johnny a little bit of crap for his take today, then go on over to our Discord channel and join the conversation there. Click the link in the description below. And if you still want more content, check out one of these videos.
Homie, don't you hear the whispers?